What's going on, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. Hey, look, I did one on Terrence Steele. I know that Zack Martin is a perennial All-Pro player, Hall of Fame player, right? So I want to put respect on his name, right? This isn't a clickbait video. This is more of a research purposes video because when I was watching this real time, it looked like Zack Martin was struggling. So I want to give him grace and I want to say maybe he's hurt, right? Maybe he's washed. I don't know. But what I wanted to do was bring up a couple clips from the game on Sunday against Detroit and you be the judge. I want to leave that for you guys in the comment section because I do know that oftentimes our fan base, we like to say certain people are washed or, whether or not, we want to give them grace for injuries. I want to offer that for Zack Martin because this is a player that we often don't talk about. We kind of been sweeping it under the rug for 2 years. So let's look at about 15 clips, and I want you guys to be the judge in the comment section. Appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you like, subscribe. Let's get into it. But before we get into the film, I just want y'all to know that this ain't no bias. Zack Martin played very, very poorly on Sunday. So this isn't a pass for Zack Martin. The film you're about to look at is bad. It's bad film. All right. We're here to determine should Zack get grace or is he washed like y'all say other players are? So our first play is a run play. And typically we're not used to seeing Zack Martin lose the point of attack the way that he was. And so this is a piggyback video off of what Jay Tuck did, right? So watch him. Look at that. D tackle's going to shock and lock and just make a play. So we're on to the next play, and they're going to do a stunt here. His eyes and what he knows is going to tell him one thing, but I think his body trying to move lateral, it wasn't the same. We're going to replay that. Now watch this. See that right there, the lateral, that dip underneath? He struggled with that the rest of the day. And we're talking about a guy that would go almost seasons without giving up a pressure. And again, shocked and locked right there. He was having trouble with power all day. This was probably the saddest play right here, man. He just can't get out there no more. Look at that. And his man makes the tackle. At one point, Zack Martin in the screen game, are you kidding me? Look at him right here, bro. I had to show y'all the wide angle. Look, does a good job of disengaging, but he can't run. He can't run him down. He can't get in the way. My dog just can't move his feet no more. Watch this. They're gonna catch him with that stunt again. Eyes know what he's looking at. Body is failing him at this point. Body is failing him. Whether it's an injury or it's reactionary, I don't know. You guys be the judge. But this isn't the guy that we know. Because about a week ago, I want to say he was one of the top 5 graded offensive players. And now it just looks like it's gone downhill. The one common thing that I saw was he wasn't that bad in combo blocking when moving forwards, which leads me to believe maybe it was the lateral movement and maybe it was his back, which was reported in the report. We are just not used to witnessing this from O-line Superman, man. We're just not. But again, moving forward with the combo blocks, not bad here. It's not bad. So I think they need to be able to move forward a little bit more opposed to being on the heels. And I think that Mike McCarthy said something along the lines in his press conference. Again, it just seems like he can't get leverage in this game. No push. I mean, we're just not used to seeing this from him. Now, I picked this play particularly because everybody and their mama try and run it against us, and I want you to see how a disciplined defense is supposed to play it. It's nothing particularly that Zack Martin did, but I just pulled it because I'm just like, bro, we just can't get right. I mean, look, that's what it's supposed to be like. So it's not that Mike McCarthy doesn't call these plays. We just don't execute them. I had to slow this one down for y'all so you can see how much ground Zack was giving up, man. He just never was able to set his anchor really in this game. And keep in mind, guys, these are just the first three possessions. So all these plays were from the first three possessions of this game. And I mean, the game, it only got worse throughout the game. So look, time waits for no man. And it was just poor timing that Zack Martin just happened to have the worst game of his career against the Detroit Lions. So you guys know I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to PFF, but in this case, I believe that PFF was probably accurate when it comes to grading him and looking at his footage on Sunday and just looking at the things that I was able to point out, because the plays that I pointed out, like I said, was from the first three offensive possessions, and Zack Martin was getting his ass whipped with an H at the beginning. Whipped. Whipped. Cool. Whipped.
I ain't gonna lie,
He
I'm
was getting
getting
whooped.
cooked.
And, you know, again, back injury, doesn't look like he had lateral movement. I'm going to give him a little bit of grace, but I have seen a chink in the armor over the last 2 years. So I do think it might be a mixture of both. And with that being said, we can't pick and choose who we want to say is washed and who we want to give grace to when there is injuries. Because see, the reason that I'll give Zack Martin the grace with injury and allow him to play better is for two reasons. Number one, I know what he sacrificed for this team, and I know what he's been to this team. Number two, I gave grace to Zeke Elliott when he was injured, and a lot of fans didn't do that. So I'd be a hypocrite if I went around here and I didn't give Zack Martin a chance to really work his way out of this situation or to work or to play better. Because like I said the week before, he played solid. He was okay. He was all right in that game. He's not the Zack Martin that we know. And there is something. He is diminishing. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to happen with age. But I'm just here to tell you, a lot of you guys have these ideas about these players because of how the negotiations went with the team, and they subconsciously hypnotize you into hating on these guys for their paycheck and for their money. Because there's nobody here that will say that about those guys and say that Zack Martin hasn't earned his paycheck. We have to keep that in mind when we talk about these players. I'm only asking that we keep it fair. But I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Thank you. Appreciate the view. Make sure you like, subscribe on the way out if you haven't already done so. We keep it fair over here. All right? Peace.
Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. And you know I'm the best.